Don't blink, shebang. Welcome to Back Up to the Show. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys are having a wonderful day on this 29th May 2025. As you can tell, we're in a great mood. The weather's shitty, but we're doing okay. You guys know the channel. I often talk about the way I'm feeling. My apologies. We had Rockstar, Robert Reline. And one day I'm gonna get a fucking sponsor, and all of you people that says, dude, why are you promoting products? Cause Papa needs to pay his bill. You know what I mean? So today, you guys, how not to do an intro? ADHD Power Super Saiyan 4. If you again, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Wait a second, guys. Okay, now this is enough. Doesn't make. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, because we're recording on the Sword, alright? And the tablet has been having a problem lately with the recording. So I was like, and it keeps on breaking. Yesterday, I don't mind because usually it breaks in the beginning. I don't really mind. But yesterday we were doing 4 hours of the tower, filming 4 hours of the tower, which for you guys that don't know is about 40 gigs of data. Yes, sir. So the 40 gig of data is quite crazy because I'm like, dude, I just spent legit 4 hours, and now I have to spend legit 25 minutes repairing the file. Thankfully, the record program does have a okay. So record program, long story short, if you don't stop it yourself and it stops automatically, the file breaks. You have to repair it. It takes minutes. The longer the file is, the longer it is. It takes to fix. I've been having a problem with this, but it's okay. It didn't break. So you guys know with the channel, you guys know that I love talking about a bunch of things. Porns, wrestling. Oh, that's not on this channel. Home renovation? No, not really. Current event, kinda. So we had a current event happen yesterday, right? And trust me, it's kind of crazy. So as you guys know, we've been living in this particular building for 12 years. I had bad running with the janitor. Now this is crazy because I'm telling you this as if you guys know. I heard about this in a video, Pita Bread, about 8 months ago. Who remember this shit? Nobody, right? Yesterday we had some issues with one of the neighbors, right? And this doesn't happen often. Usually we're doing pretty good. Last altercation I made a mistake. I made a blunder. I like to bring my phone in because at the door you can either use your key or ring yourself in, and then you press your button and then you open your door for yourself. Just like when you're going down and you're pressing a button to open the door for you, I bring myself down and I open the door for myself. So sometimes my phone is dead, and I kept on ringing at this one apartment. So the problem that happened is this one apartment before was a janitor, right? Now we changed janitor, and before I had more problem with my keys. I used to lose my keys a lot. Still do. Now that I don't bring them, I don't lose them because they're still at home. So re-ring. Oh man, that's a bad thing. Re-ring. I just. Oh my god. The next janitor used to live at the 101, and now we left. Now they replaced him with one of the janitors at the first level. They changed. But now there's a new family in the 101. So I forget my keys and I'm a bit tipsy. So I ring, and this one happened about, I want to say, well, it was during Mother's Day. So this much. I ring, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I ring, because I forgot, my phone is dead. And I ring. And I don't think about the janitor is gone. Somebody opened the door. He has his baby is crying. And he looks at me and he said this one thing. Dude, seriously? I'm like, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I didn't say bro, but I'm so sorry. And then again, I saw him again. And I apologized and said, don't worry, please, next time, And he was super nice. Said, "Hey, I'm new here. How are you? This is my name." I said, "Okay, this is my name." He said, "Where do you live?" And I told him where I live. And I said, "Okay, well, nice to see your neighbors." It was just fun. So yesterday we have this new neighbor, right? And she, I don't know. This is not a red video, by the way. This is me giving you guys life lesson, right? Because I'm a bit older and I've been through some shit, right? And I don't know if she's drinking. Basically, she was very loud. She was very obnoxious. So I'm coming in and I'm filming and she's making some noise. And you know what? And this you can all see. You can all see if this is the content of yesterday. You can see no problem. So she comes in and she makes some noise. And I'm in the video. I'm like, oh, it's my neighbor. Say, I have to share space. Now she comes in at 9 o'clock because I'm filming. And the first thing I'm hearing her is saying, "Shut up." And is she talking to me? And at first I'm not sure, right? But by the way, if I was too loud, they wouldn't be on the balcony. They wouldn't be on the balcony, you know? So it's on the question of, put water in your wine, you live together. The balcony, bro, we live next to you live next to a street. You don't scream at cars for playing loud music. You don't scream at people for talking in the streets. We're talking to your neighbors, right? So long story short, she said, "Shut up." At first I'm not like this. And then she keeps on talking, yap, yap, yap. And then I have a choice. Either I'm giving her shit, and I'm doing a video, and the video's already long, so I'm not gonna make it on purpose to do even more. And then, at first I ignored her. And then she said something, and she said, "I'm about to fucking smack you." And then I'm like, okay, well, guess what? And then I thought about it. And life is crazy because 2 days ago, I was watching Asian Andy Squatter Story. Asian Andy, super simple plot. He has a sister. His sister has her Airbnb. There's a squatter and her Airbnb. She's notorious. She's an experienced squatter. She's been squatting in different homes. She tells Asian Andy, please get her out. But the whole story is taking a squatter and making them leave by making the living situation completely unlivable. Like, maybe this is my Asian Andy. Now, here's the problem. I could talk to her. I could give her shit. I could scream at her. Trust me, when I scream, you don't know that I have a loud voice. I could scream at her. The problem is, I don't want to wake my neighbor up. See, that's the thing. I know I make content on the balcony, and I know that sometimes people can hear me, right? That's why I'm being careful, not being too loud. But sometimes, I get joyous. However, here's the thing. I've been making content on the balcony since last year, and I've been making content at sunrise. People will never complain, or they did and I didn't know, right? She stood up, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was reminded of people that bullied me. And it's funny because yesterday we were talking about the bully, and we were talking about shitty people. I was talking about a dude, and some people they'll only learn with violence. This one, I can tell she's a problem because she's constantly drunk. And it's funny because oh dude, this is bad. This is bad. So I'm filming, I can hear her. Now, there's a certain plus that comes in with living in the same place for 12 years. You know your neighbor's voice. And I don't recognize her voice. I think she's new. So I come in, and I have that. And then my director comes in, and he says, hey, somebody complained about you. And it's funny because Musa came in 15 minutes after she gave me shit. So I'm like, Musa, can I show you something? He's like, what's up? And I show Musa, which is my janitor. I show Musa the recording that I had. Now, I was smart, and when she told me I'm gonna smack you, I look at the time I was filming. I knew the video that was filming. Sometimes I show him. I can hear her violent strength, right? And I can hear, like, you can hear her scream and shit like that. And I'm like, I know that I'm talking outside, but I'm not being loud. Plus, this is a common space. This is my private, right? And then he said, you know that you're not allowed to record. So you don't see. First of all, you don't see her. Second of all, this is my private, not house. This is a private property. It's okay. So I'm renting, and since I'm renting, and this is a building, we would have cases of shared living, right, which is public space. Because I'm renting a space, and the space is mine, or at least it's not an ownership, you know. So the space being mine, you're like, okay, guess what? This is my space, and this is where I get to live. Um, so this give me a special treat, right? For example, somebody that has his home, right, and he installs security camera outside. Is he allowed to film? Yes, because it's his private property, right? I don't know if he could do that in apartments. I don't know. That's all I know. So I show him, and he's like, "Okay, what do you wanna? And he says, "You wanna drop a complaint?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "No." I told him the next time she complained, remember that I had that. And it was so simple. And then the reason why I'm making this video is not about ranting. Is there's people that I cannot do shit against, right? For example, right, the janitor. In the hierarchy of the building, he's higher than me. So if he tells me "fuck you," I can't say "go fuck yourself" back, right? Because it's not a banter. Just like at work, I had a bully, and I couldn't ignore him because if I ignore him, it was he took a piece of wood, hit me, or just complained to me high, you know. There's people that you cannot ignore, right? But I've learned the most important lesson that I've learned in life, and this is something that took me so much time to understand. This took me so much fucking time to understand. At first, when I was at my last place, I thought that it's weird. It's weird. The bully would come after me, and then he would give me shit, and give me shit, and give me shit, and give me shit, right? And at first, people were defending me, or even then, they would come after me and say, "Don't listen to this guy. You're doing okay." And it's crazy because most people just told me, "Hey, don't listen to this guy," right? So then I come in and I'm like, okay, and something happened where he keeps on fighting me, right? And then they don't defend me anymore. And I'm like, why are they not defending me anymore? And I told you, the reality is I allowed myself to be a victim. So they wouldn't defend a victim that is involuntary, but they wouldn't defend somebody that was voluntary. It's like, oh my god, and I hate saying this, because I'm in the scenario, I'm the chick. It's like the chick with a toxic relationship, right? And she got in a toxic relationship, and her first thought is, I'm gonna change that guy. I'm gonna change his world. I'm gonna change his life. With me, I'll never be the same. And everybody tells her, yo, you're not gonna change shit. You're not gonna change him. He's an asshole now. You're gonna be an asshole in 5 years. And then at first you wanna save her. But then she come back to him, and she come back to him, and she come back to him. At the end, you're like, I'm not gonna protect her. She doesn't care, right? So with the bully, what I really understood is it didn't matter if I was right or wrong, and it didn't matter. And in most cases, I was wrong. I have to admit I was wrong. So what would happen back then is you would call me name, and in this culture, calling name is okay. It's it's like it's not insult, it's more so teasing, right? But then me, because I'm not used to it. I would do something and try to call it that one. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck you, I'm not gonna help him, I'm not gonna talk to you, right? So then you would get mad because you would say you don't care. And how am I supposed to care when you're insulting me, you know? You didn't understand that. And then within the eyes of the boss and the eyes of everybody else, I didn't care. And the problem that I did was I start ignoring people. They were talking to me and say, hey, you okay? And I would answer because I didn't feel like talking to people. All I had to do was understand that people were on my side, right? And it doesn't matter. Like, for example, with this one, I know I could answer her, but the truth is, even if people complain about me talking on the balcony, right? If they complain to me about the janitor, if they complain to the janitor about me, the janitor would have come and see me. He didn't come and see me, right? First of all, if they complain to the janitor, they see they don't change, they'll come to me, right? When you live in 12 years in the same place, people know who you are. Really good. Really good. But if they haven't come to see me, it's not a big problem, right? If one person can complain, it's them. They could complain because they're close. I live on the fourth floor. She lives on the first floor. She doesn't have a chance. However, yesterday when she was screaming, she possibly woke more people in a couple minutes than I did the whole night. Right? And because she did that, it's very simple. You look at mad at her. So all I have to do, and sometimes, right, it's the same thing as saying karma is gonna get you. Karma's a bitch, or karma, you're gonna get your karma, or whatever you wanna call it. But it's just waiting. Those people, see, this is the beautiful thing about life. And this is the lesson that I will teach you today. And one thing about that is that I'm not a fan of it when I search. Now I'm a huge fan. The best thing about life is it'll teach you lessons, right? So for example, right, you have, you think you're amazing, and you have your high horses, right? And then what you're gonna do is, life is gonna put somebody in your way, or they're gonna put your situation in your way, and they're gonna be like, okay, well, guess what, you're like that, you're gonna put something opposing, and then you're gonna have realization, right? It's like, you don't treat people well, and then you have this girlfriend that you really, really like, you really love her, and because you really love her, what happened is you don't treat her right, and then you lose her. And like, holy shit, I lost somebody that I care about, you know? But then, how many people did you treat like that you could have lost, that you lost, right? So it's realization. Life will have a way of balancing everything out, right? Example with money. A lot of people that are struggling when they're kids with money, they're be really, really motivated with money. A lot of people with weight problem. These are studies. This is not me saying. A lot of people with weight problem. It is as kids they didn't have enough money. They didn't have enough food. They were scared to miss some, right? And because they were scared to miss some, now they want more and more and more and more, right? Which is normal. Same for money. Same for see, for example, me. A lot of my friends say, "Hey, you're cheap," right? And I've had a time where I didn't have money, so I know the value of money, and I know that I don't need to spend money on things that I don't need. It's not being cheap, it's being worried about next month. So, life has put in my way some good job. And even then, you could think about it in this way, right? Oh, well, how can I put this? My apologies. My apologies. Life has given me really good jobs, and because it gives me really, really good jobs, then I have some money. Now I don't have a job and I don't have cash, so I have to put in my savings, right? Yesterday we had a really good news, and that really good news was the money that I owe the government. They called me and say, "Hey, listen, we made a mistake. You don't owe us anything," which is technically not true. I contested and said, "Okay, well, after revision to your after reviewing your file, we decided that you don't owe us any money." Now, of course, I was elated to the moon and back, right? But at the same time, I got lucky here, right? What if they didn't say, "Hey, we reviewed your thing and we think that you owe money," right? I would still owe $13,000. So then life has put this in my way of saying, "Hey, you need to work," right? And I was constantly using my saving, constantly using my saving. And then, of course, I still have saving, but then with this debt, I was like, "Holy shit, I'm not gonna make it," right? And then the idea, and this is how life is. The idea of getting a job, the idea of, okay, well, this is gonna work, right? The idea of finally treating this as a plan B, the idea of finally treating this as a hobby, right? Came to light. Now, it's still the case. I still want to treat this as a hobby. It is still a plan B until we find a job. Now, the truth is, I did bring some CVs yesterday. I did some I applied online. So I did apply to a lot of places yesterday, right? Because we did apply to a lot of places yesterday, then I have to wait. For the results to come in. Now, if I'm lucky, the results are going to come in and they're going to say, "Hey, guess what? We found something for you," or "Hey, you should apply again," right? And I'm using Indeed, which is a really good website, and it'll tell you like, was your CV viewed or not viewed? What you do is when your CV is viewed, and you see that the place still is hiring, you're like, okay, well, I still have the chance. If their CV isn't viewed and there's no more position to fill, you're fucked. Or better than that, your CV has been viewed and they haven't called you. Well, they view your CV and they decided that you're not the right fit for the company. Let's say you're not good enough, that's not the case. There's possibly some nepotism, there's possibly some people that are more qualified than you, there's possibly some people that have a better interview than you, right? And that also plays everything. All I can do right now is you make content, right? People last year were saying, dude, you're making so much content. You're making so much content. Now, in a perfect world, this is exactly what I need to do. And I know this is going to be sounding like a delusion of grandeur, and I'm not going to sound like craziness. It's like a madman talking. But I truly believe that. If you look at me 4 years ago, I wasn't confident. If you look at me 3 years ago, a bit more confident. If you look at me 2 years ago, I'm starting to do content with my face in. And it's not just food review. It's talking and making videos and talking and doing some recap. And if you look at me last year, I'm confident. I show my face and I make videos. So last year, when I didn't have a job and I didn't have a big social life, I had content to make. And because I didn't have a social life, I had this need for a conversation, this need for social interaction, right? And this need for social interaction was making videos. Because we had a need for social interaction, I was making more videos. And I'm making more videos than the number of videos that I have. Quantity-wise, is better. Quality-wise, we're gonna talk about that another day. But quality-wise, I have more, right? So this was purposeful. Take me in the same situation last year with no job, and give me a couple of friends. I'm fucked. I don't do half the work I'm doing, right? I don't do half the work I'm doing. And that is something. So all of this to say, life will always find a way to kind of balance everything out, right? That's why you see people, sometimes they're rich, sometimes they're poor. That's why you see somebody that's, it's complex. You see sometimes people that really don't deserve to be living this shitty life that they're living. I saw this, what you call it? I saw this reportage. What is reportage in English? I saw this almost interview, and it's just flood. It's in Philippines. There's huge floods, and there's a lady, a reporter lady, who is shoot her fucking stomach in water, and she's interviewing this lady, and she says, how much have you lost? And before the interview even starts, the lady gives her she gives her a bunch of bananas. This lady lost her home. This lady she's living in water. She's still generous, you know? And then you ask yourself, why does this thing happen? Well, everybody that saw this interview, they realized that I could be doing more right? There's this beautiful moment that I had, where this is absolutely insane. I was dating this girl in January, February, right? And we're talking a lot. So she tells me that her dad is dead, right? And she told me her dad is dead. And it's like, in the case, it's like, I thought she meant my father doesn't exist for me. He's not in my life anymore. But I found myself a little shoddy with daddy issues. No, my father was really dead. And then she told me, and I was like, hey, you didn't tell me that. But she did. I just didn't take it literally. And then she got mad at me. And then I was like, I really hurt her feeling, and I didn't want to. So I make a video, and I realized, and that's the craziest thing. I realized that by hurting her, and actually knowing that I hurt her, I wasn't being the nicest kids to my parents. That were possibly hurting them, right? And in this video, I cried. And I wasn't crying because I hurt her. I'm crying because I hurt my parents, right? And my mom saw that video and said, hey, don't worry. It's nice of you to have realized, and I appreciate that. But my mom, she never told me that she felt like I was disrespecting her, or she felt like I wasn't a proper kid to her, right? So when she came in and she was like, hey, thank you for saying that, I was like, holy shit, I wasn't talking to you in particular, but I'm glad that you appreciate it, right? And from then on, we had a better relationship, right? it took me hurting someone to fix a bridge I was burning with somebody else, right? Also, I have this friend. I'm not gonna name him because I fucking love him. But right now, I know he's busy. He doesn't really answer texts, and he never answers texts. He never answers texts. And I kind of be mad at him because when we were working together, I was constantly on YouTube and on TikTok, and I was obsessed. And I was like, I didn't give you time. Why would you give me time right now, right? But this is a nice lesson. This is a nice lesson of risk and reward, or risk and consequences. There's certain action you're gonna pause. You're gonna do, and that's a craziest thing. I truly believe that karma is real, but I don't think karma is this spiritual thing. So what I think is that you're gonna do something, you're gonna hurt someone. They won't say nothing. They won't stop you. So then you're gonna hurt somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then you're gonna hurt someone. They're gonna tell you, "Fuck you! You hurt me. You're a piece of shit," right? And that's your karma. That's your karma. See, it's not how many people you can piss off. It's how soon or how fast or how slow you meet somebody that's gonna put you in your place. And this is karma, right? And then it's up to you to decide if I learned the lesson or I didn't learn the lesson. This person, they're super old. They're super old. Again, I could spend my fucking day arguing back and forth, right? I'm not gonna. And if you look at the video that we did yesterday, there's so many times where you can hear her, she's being loud. Am I complaining? No. Why? Because people are gonna get tired of her. Truth is, and this is not planned. This is not the perfect conclusion that I'm expecting. It's even better. Truth is, I don't need to be saying anything. Because one day, she'll meet somebody that will say something. And then she'll be out, right? You think that she's the first neighbor I had problem with in 12 years? No. I had this neighbor when I came into the apartment. Oh my god. You have no clue. She was a fucking nightmare. My first week in the apartment, this is how bad it is. I don't have a fucking sofa. I have a bed. I don't have a bed frame. We just moved in. I think it's my first weekend. I was supposed to be able to play PS3 because I'm a gamer. No, it doesn't work. So I'm playing my Game Boy Color, right? Then I got music in my ears. Why? Because my neighbor upstairs is putting music so loud. I get a knock from my neighbor. And I'm like, oh my god, because this is my first apartment. This is not my second, this is not my third. This is my first apartment. I'm like, oh my god, they want to introduce themselves. This is so cool. Because, I was shy. I'm a shy guy. I was a shy guy before, even then. And it's like, can you put your fucking music down? And I tell him it's not me. What do you mean it's not you? And then they tell him come to the apartment, and he realizes the person upstairs. They were making so much fucking music. That was crazy. And he complains about her. Or the next time, it's Tuesday, it's 11:30. She's making music. She doesn't work. She's smoking weed. So I go complain about her. I knock at the door. What she does, she goes to the high hole. And then she sees me and she goes back. I'm like, fuck it. And then what ended up happening, she got kicked out, obviously. But most of all, the bad thing about it is, I didn't complain as much as I should. I should have complained every single day. What ended up happening is, I was my girlfriend at the time. I was possibly 24. I was with Angie. And we're in the bus. And we're not on the bus. And then the three of us together. And she said, oh, you're the guy that complains, huh? And I was like, Angelique, so I just ignore her. And Angelique, she doesn't speak English. She said, what did she mean? She said, oh, you have a really cute girlfriend. Oh, that's super nice. Yeah. People will get what's coming to them. See, I don't mean to be an asshole. I don't mean to be bragging. But there has to be something that I'm doing right. Because, yes, sometimes I'm dealing with problem. Sometimes I'm dealing with situation. Right? But never, ever am I facing with a situation I cannot, well, not control, but I cannot overcome, And to me, that's a plus. To me, that is the important part. It's not the fact that we managed to win the situation. It's the fact that we tried so hard to fix everything that we could, and we succeeded, or we didn't succeed. And in both cases, you have to ask yourself, did I deserve this? See, the question always has been, why is this happening to me? When the question should be, do I deserve this, right? And if you look, even if you look at the Hinduism, which is, I think, is it the, this karma is Hinduism. And if you look at it, they believe in reincarnation. So if you're a really good person, you'll be reincarnated in a beautiful animal, right? So some people that have, okay, so this is really religious, and I don't need to be an asshole. But if you're very nice to animals, or you're very pious, they'll believe that you'll be reincarnated into an elephant, which is the second beast over there. But if you're a piece of shit, if you're not nice, you'll be reincarnated into a person with deficiency. You'll be reincarnated into a fly, or an animal, a insect, like a snail. That's what they'll think, right? And this is the craziest part, because looks like our heaven. If you're a good person, you end up in heaven, right? So all your life you have to be nice for the next life. That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Be nice to your neighbor, right? And if you're not nice, well, fuck you. I have a pimple. Let's check out the pimple. There you go. I got you. See, guys, we don't need to worry about the weather anymore. The phone isn't hot. The phone is perfect. Hell yeah. You don't know the half of you. We don't deal with outsiders very well. We don't forget all from working into the flow. And then ask them, you know. Please don't make you don't do outside very well. You say you come right to the top. Never trust they should mention you win. For all myself, please don't forget. All I think is even take it slow. As them, I do you. We will make any movement. You don't know we have to be with you. We don't deal with outside very well. They say we gonna have a sweet smell. Yeah, I gotta trust you, should have mentioned. After all I said, please don't forget. All my friends are eating, take it slow. Ask them, Lord. Please don't make any sudden movement. You don't know the half of the beautiful. All my friends are eating, take it slow. Don't deal it outside it very well. Why is it not working, dude? Why is it not working, dude? be perfect. Always makes me feel trying to be perfect. Perfect, it just wasn't worth it. Do, 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 do. Da, na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Do, do.